Hello, I'm Randy Stott, publisher and editor-in-chief of Gear Technology magazine. And today I'm here on the show floor of MPT Expo in St. Louis, and I'm pleased to be joined by Dopf of Hainbuch America. Al, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Welcome. A little bit about Hainbuch America. We're located in Germantown, Wisconsin, and Hainbuch America is the leader in quick change work holding. We've invented the clamping head for holding parts both on the ID, the OD, and quick change. So we can use the same chuck to clamp with, on the ID, on the OD, or with a 3-jaw chuck, 2-jaw chuck, and we can make a change in 20 seconds.
Al, tell me about some of your solutions for cutting gear teeth.
Okay, to do the gear teeth themselves, we hold the gear on the ID with plenty of clearance for either the hobbing or grinding wheel, and get very positive clamping pressure from a expanding mandrel. A mandrel works by having a tapered bore that's pushed into a sleeve that just pushes it out to give you very positive clamping pressure. With that, it allows tooling on the outside. You can do gear cutting, gear hobbing, grinding with a very positive clamping force.
Do you have any solutions that are particularly useful for handling internal diameter bores?
We do. And so once the gear teeth are cut into a gear and it comes back from heat treat, the ID bore needs to be machined, and it needs to be in direct relationship with the pitch line. So we have a couple ways of doing that. Number one, we can take a clamping head and put the profile of the gear right into it, so we're actually clamping and locating right on the pitch line. When we do that, you're in direct proportional with the pitch line and the ID bore, so you can machine the ID bore. Also, we have another way of doing it where we can locate on the pitch and face clamp a gear to a chuck and do the ID bore that way. When we use this system, we can also go from OD clamping to ID clamping if we need it, to a 3-jaw chuck clamping it, and we get a very positive clamping pressure. With the system that we use, with the Top Plus chuck, rather than having the round on round of a collet with a round OD going into a round ID, we've come up with our Top Plus that has hex flats, so you get much more surface clamping, and you get about 25% more clamping pressure on the gear when you clamp that way. Meaning less vibration, better surface finishes, and tighter tolerances.
Al, what size ranges of components do you work with?
Well, we can go down as low as 5 millimeters from the ID on up to as large as you want. Everything, when we get to very large gears, it would be a special. But we can hold up large diameter gears down to 5 millimeters on the ID. So we can do a large range of sizes, and again, when you get to smaller diameter gears, clearance is an issue because you have to get the tool close to the gear to cut the gears. So we have our micro line for getting small diameter ID clamping. We also can do gears on shafts too, where we can hold the gear between centers and use a retractable collet or clamping head, where you can machine the full length of the shaft, do all the gear work, and come out and clamp on the OD to give you a much sturdier clamping force to do your milling and grinding and gear cutting. So we can hold gears on the ID, we can hold gears on the pitch line and the profile of the gear teeth. We can hold gears by face clamping and just locate on the pitch line, and we can hold gears on shafts and pinions.
Where can people go to find more information?
You can find us on HainbuchAmerica.com. We have regional managers throughout the country that would be glad to come out and help you with any of your applications. And we not only have our standard product line, but we can do any type of custom or special work holding that you need.
Excellent. Al, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.